at a property called Doc's Backyard for round 3 of TX2. Alright, decent start there. 4th place. Let's look at the third person point of view. So I passed my friend Toby on the inside, but then he gets me back right here. That's him on that Honda. It's not actually his bike, he's borrowing it. And then my friend Craig with the kind of heel clicker, I don't know what we're calling that, but he does it every race where he passes me. Alright, so this is sloped to the left a little bit right here. You just felt really uneasy, like your body or your bike wants to slide down. And it's a fun little jump here. My friend Mark comes and passes me on the inside on this turn. Watch this. He just jams it in there with those bushes right there. So I took 2 practice laps on this course, but I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling comfortable, and that's why you see kind of everybody passing me. So I got sick of it a little bit here, and then I'm gonna go past these 2 guys right here on the outside. This guy in the weird design jersey like that, he's not in our class. Alright, we're coming up on the big sand hill. This is kind of where the race falls apart for me right here. So the hard line's on the extreme left, the first one, and I take the middle one, which is supposed to be the medium line. I did it fine in practice, but both lanes are blocked, so where do I go? I didn't know it at the time, but that's my friend Mark who passed me. He says, I apologize. I still didn't know it was him until after the race when we were talking. He turns to me and said that was rude, which I obviously did not mean to do that. Alright, so we're 2 minutes later now, back down the hill. Now I have to go over to the third line, which is the easy line, but watch what happens. The sand's pretty deep over here. I don't know, I just lost the front end. You know, there's no momentum, just... Alright, finally get all the sand out of my glove. And... back on the race now. I think everybody in my class is like 4 minutes ahead of me now. So I kind of fall in line with this bike up here. Gotta get over these like sand whoops first. So this is a fun little motocross section here, like just some nice turns. And what I'm practicing is just kind of driving, not practicing, but what I'm doing is driving the bike deep into the turns. You heard that kind of chain wheel chatter. Trying to get my weight back over the rear wheel and brake the bike. My lines aren't that good though. I think maybe I didn't go down into second there and just stalled it. I mean, it's not the easiest terrain to go fast on, but I should be going definitely faster than this. So now it's going to open back up a little and I'll be able to catch the rider in front of me. fun little section. I felt like that 2 turns ago, I felt like if I could stay to the outside there, I could just stay on the pegs and lead the bike on that rut that was forming. I didn't even need to sit down. So I catch up to this bike here and I realize who it is. I forgot her name, but at first I thought it was an 85, but then the wheels look too big, and maybe it's an 85 large wheel. But she used to race my son 2 years ago in the 65 class. She's gotten fast. The bike can get up and go. Of course, my corner speed there was like down to 0. Finally, I find a corner where I can grab the inside here. So yay! Like, we're 5 minutes into the race and I finally made a pass, but somebody who's not even in my class. Alright, if you got some balls here, you can launch off of this step down right here. But I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Alright, so there's a big step down here that if you're not paying attention, you could really... I just roll it, but when I came up to it in practice, I really thought I was in trouble because normally you want to blip the throttle going off of those things so you can keep the bike more level, kind of land not on 2 wheels, but you don't want to like go over the bars. Luckily it had some slope on it, I was able to roll it, but a lot of people were punching it there. It's a big drop off. So what I liked about this course is all the up, down, left, right, it just never gets boring. Did 2 practice laps plus 6 racing laps, and it's a fun course. I think our laps were like 10 and a half minutes, but still it was a lot of fun. Mostly hard pack, a few sand sections. Section. I gotta stay on that throttle longer there. That was fun. Okay, so the sand's a little deeper on this beach over here. And that little dip, you can't, unless you're gonna wheelie over it, can't really take it that fast. You gotta slow down. Alright, so this part doesn't look that bad on the GoPro, but it's all sloped to the right, and every time you go down into one of these things, your bike just wants to fall off into the bushes over there. So I'm just riding a little tentative, especially on this little section right here. I gassed it out of that in practice, and my rear tire just slid down towards the lake. But this is fun right here. So you can open it up right here. You have a right-hand turn going into this little chicane. And then this next part, right here is where you can just really open it up. That's fun. I've never gotten over 50 in a race before because like a lot of our races you just don't get an opportunity to go that fast. So I hit 49.5 or 7 in a race earlier this year, and here I hit 57 miles per hour. On one lap I went up to 4th gear, but most laps I just did 3rd gear pin. Like here I'm just 3rd pin. I'm like 55, so there's really no reason for me to go up to 4th. I have the stock gearing on, so it's the 1350. So here I pass another guy in my class, or I think that's the first guy in my class that I passed. When I'm doing woods riding, I normally do a 52 to rear sprocket. But if it's more open like this, I'll do a 52. Seems to work a lot better. I could have opened it up more on that turn. Alright, so coming up on this downhill right here, it's pretty steep. You're just like going fast and then you're on the brakes. A lot of chain chatter and then I eventually stall it, but yeah, you just hoping you slow down enough for that kind of awkward dip down off the road. Alright, lap 1 complete. We're going to skip ahead a little bit now that we've done a full lap. I really like how they have the scoreboard there where you can see what place you're in, although I'm towards the rear. Alright, so here I'm coming up on the sand hill again. I'm going to take the same line, try to attack it, but I noticed there's a rut forming there and I kind of take it a little slow. I promise you, I did this fine in practice, but I just didn't have the GoPro on.
Wrong gear, wrong gear.
So I should have been in 2nd gear. I had it in 3rd, got towards the top. I felt myself losing momentum, and I started slipping the clutch, and the bike just wouldn't go anywhere. Total wrong gear. It just bogged out. Alright, so that was another 2-minute ordeal. Just gotta tell myself, riding my dirt bike, I'm having fun. I mean, it's still so much fun. It kind of sucks when you're not up with all the leaders, but what can you do? I'm still pressing here. I'm just trying to get back past as many people as I can. So we have another moto coming up right after this where I'll catch back up and I'll be able to score better on that, and that'll help me in the overall standings. So going into this race, I was 4th overall in the standings. So I'm really trying to do well. Definitely not going to be in 4th now. But all right, watch this. There's a hard line coming up here on the left. So right there, I never saw it during the race. But somebody pointed it out after the race, and it looked like a fun line to take. It doesn't look like too much of a time saver, but wish I would have at least tried it. Going down to the beach again. So yeah, I was in 4th in the series after 2 rounds. This is round 3, and definitely not going to be in 4th anymore. I see somebody up ahead and I'm going to catch, and then they drive right off the course. So I'm a little confused by that.
Wait, what?
But they're like a sweeper, so I've kind of figured out what was going on there. Alright, we're coming back into that wide open place again. You just have to block out that you have no seatbelt on, you're going 50 plus miles per hour on a dirt bike, minimal safety equipment. You just gotta shut all that out of your mind. I follow this guy in the middle this time. It was a much better line up the jump. All right, oh, and here's another line that I didn't take. I never saw it until I watched somebody else's video. You can kind of bypass this whole little section here. You need to pay more attention in practice. All right, third time coming through here, I just say, fuck it. I'm just gonna take the easy line. I'm not even gonna play with the hill. Now during Moto 2, on the last lap, I did take the extreme left line. I made it up the hill, and then there was a long rut coming out of that turn, that sweeping turn, and I fell over on that hill, but I did make it up the hill. I heard that two-stroke coming up, so I just left the door open on the inside. And she was on the first line, I think. She's in open C, I believe. So she's coming around to lap me. She's fast. Alright, this guy, I wasn't sure if he was in my class or not, but I'm coming up on him. And then that 85 large wheel is down right there. So watch this. I can tell he's going to hug the inside on this turn right here, so I'm going to try to sneak underneath him. It's a nice supercross style pass there. That was fun. And then I'm coming up on this guy who's got the loud jersey, and I already passed him earlier in the race. But now I gotta try to pass him again. Because I keep falling. Alright, so the track is wide, right? But there's definitely a preferred line, so I suppose I could have tried to go to the outside there, but I can tell he's giving me lots of room. I need to get better at just jamming it in there when they give me room like that. I'm gonna pass him right here. I can tell he's going to the outside. Right here. So I take the inside and then just try to outbrake him to this corner. So I'm definitely getting better at that, trying to anticipate where riders are gonna go and then like taking a different line like than them. So that's been fun. Now this is Kayla, I think it is. She's 13 and she is fast. She's on the same bike I am. She's on a 250 XE. She flies on that thing. Now I'm trying to stay with her now. I can keep her in sight for a few turns, but I definitely can't. I can't stay with her. Not with the slow corner speed that I got going on here. I'm just getting on that throttle way too late on these corners. Yeah, so I start to lose her right here. Now we'll just go into the checkers. Alright, this is the Moto 2 start. I get a great start here, watch this. I think I might have beaten him to the whole shot, but he might have beat me to those flags right there.
65A and the 55C. It is the number 297, the 167 of 1.
Here are we with George. George, who's your biggest opponent today?
My biggest opponent? I'm not sure since I'm racing the 55 and up class, so I don't know who will be out there.
What do you think of the terrain today?
I kind of like it. I do like there's plenty of passing opportunities. It's nice and wide, it's kind of fast and flowy, so I'm excited about today.
Who do you think is the biggest sandbagger today?
I don't know about sandbaggers today since it's my first race here, but hopefully the ones from the TX2 Series will be in the 45 to 55 class, so we'll see.
Thank you for this interview.
You're welcome.
Here we are with Jeremy. Jeremy, who's your biggest opponent today?
You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I have a class today, but I'm always gunning for Shelby Hart. He races me in 40A, so trying to get the bike dialed in. Got the better starts with the new 300, so that'll be my biggest competitor today for sure.
The big bike practice. I'm going to say this about 3 times.
What do you think of the track today?
Haven't been out for practice yet, but it looks pretty cool. It looks fast. Hard packed mostly. They say there's some sand out there and some hero dirt, some wet dirt. So I'm looking forward to it.
Who do you think is
different?
Who do you think is the biggest sandbagger today?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that are scared to run a higher class because it's AMA. Once they start that class, they're stuck there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know who's sandbagging. There's not enough people in my class to call anybody out. So
You're racing a new bike today. How do you think you're gonna handle on it?
this is actually my third race on it, but I did some testing on it last weekend, and I think the suspension's a little bit better for me. I've had it sprung and played with the clickers a little bit, and I think I got a pretty decent setup today. So hopefully I can give Shelby a run.
Thank you for this interview.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, here are with Shelby. Shelby, who is your biggest opponent today?
We're, Ray Washington and Chad Picchiotti is going to be normally in my class here at TX2.
What do you think of the track today?
It's really fast, a lot of jumps and singles, hill climbs. I really like it. Pretty quick, hard packed.
Who is the biggest sandbagger today?
Don't know that I have any on my list today.
Thank you for this interview. Here we are with Nate and Cade. Who are, okay, Nate, who is your biggest opponent today?
I don't know his name. I still haven't learned the names yet, man. It's all new people to me.
Cade, who is your biggest opponent today?
I mean, other than myself, because kind of got an injured hand right now, so hopefully that doesn't help the opponents, whoever they are. I think Dayton's probably going to be my biggest opponent if he's here today. He races Torx with me. I think that's probably my biggest opponent.
Okay, what do you think of the track today?
I've heard it's a mix of sand and dirt, so hopefully my tire will be gripping up pretty good. I got an AT82 on there, so hopefully the little scoop will help me get some traction on the track.
Nate, what do you think of the track today?
I didn't get to ride it yesterday, but I walked a little bit of it. It's pretty fast and open compared to a lot of the Torx races, but it's very fast and open. There's some really nice jumps out there too.
Nate, who is the biggest sandbagger today?
Hey!
Cade, who is the biggest sandbagger
This
today?
guy.
Thank you for this interview.
All right, buddy.
Here we are with Andrew. Andrew, who's your biggest opponent today?
Well, my class is just myself, so I guess it's myself.
What do you think of the track today?
That's pretty good. Very open throttle. Few jumps. Not too bad. It's mixed, so wasn't that bad.
Who's the biggest sandbagger today?
Those two.
Thank you for this interview. Here we are with Kevin. Kevin, who is your biggest opponent today?
I'm not real sure. This is only the third round, so I guess everybody on the line is going to be my biggest opponent right now. So.
What do you think of the track today?
I liked it a lot. I came out yesterday and rode some practice. It took me a second to get used to it. I believe it's going to be slower, faster on this track. It's got a good dry slick to it.
Who do you think is the biggest sandbagger today?
I don't know. I think I've been called a sandbagger myself. It's hard to say being just coming into the third round.
Any thoughts about this race?
You know what? My thought is I'm trying to go out there and get a good start. I think, your good start, then you can set the pace after that. So.
Thanks for this interview.
Hey, you bet.
Here we are with Jeremy. Jeremy, who is your biggest opponent today?
I don't know, whatever other pros show up today. I'm not sure who's all showing up, so.
What do you think of the track today?
It's a lot of fun. It's fast, it's slick, so you guys keep it on two wheels, keep it consistent, and yeah, just have some fun.
Who's the biggest sandbagger today?
Sandbagger, my buddy Travis Phillips probably, because I think he's racing a class below, but he hasn't raced in a couple years, so we'll see how good he does.
Any thoughts about today's race?
No thoughts, just go out there and execute, get a good start, and hopefully lead all the laps on both motos, and come away with another win.
Thank you for this interview.
Yep.
Okay.
Here we are with Dave. Dave, who is your biggest opponent today?
I don't know, because I just moved up to the 65 plus class, but there's 3 guys I know I can't beat, and I think there's only 4 of us, so.
What do you think of the track today?
I hadn't ridden it yet. We hadn't had practice. I just came out today. I didn't come out yesterday.
Who's the biggest sandbagger today?
I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know. Probably this guy right here. What class are you in?
55A.
55A?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going for it. He's not sandbagging.
Any thoughts about today's race?
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun, and it's my first one, and I'm really looking forward to it. The 2-lap format.
Thank you for this interview.
All right.
All right, that was a fun race. So on Moto 1, I really did not attack that hill very well. I got stuck on it twice. Moto 2, I avoided it, and then I took the harder line and ended up getting stuck on it at the top. But my GoPro was not working for Moto 2, so I didn't get any footage of that. I did, however, get the whole shot on Moto 2, so that was a lot of fun, but I quickly lost it, got passed by almost everybody. Still had fun out here racing, so thanks for tuning in.